Good morning again. Okay, fingers crossed. We are broadcasting. We are live. We are on. My apologies. This is the fourth try this morning, but I really want to get the news out. You know, part of me feels like just blame YouTube and move on, but we got this. I feel like this could be the show now. So if you're watching me and you're seeing this live, now's the time to please say hello and good morning. So good morning to everybody. Happy 420. I feel like this day is appropriate for how this stream is starting this morning, but you are live on Puerto Vallarta Real News. This is your host, Brent Lane. Hopefully you guys are going to join me. I understand it been a bit of a frustrating morning and not getting online. So hopefully good now. I'm actually asking people as we go. All right. So with that, let's just get into the news and hope that everybody's getting it. So first off, I'm back live, sort of. It's been kind of a bit of an adventure this morning, but I am. Thank you for hanging there with me on Friday. I had a power outage. So, you know, not 100% sure how many people saw that, but that's okay. And hopefully everybody had a great weekend. Good morning, John, again. Thanks for coming back. I apologize about all the issues this morning. It was kind of a mess. Hopefully you got some good events this weekend. I know that Chris Anderson of the Anderson Report went out there to the Pata Salada Festival and took some shots for me. We'll share that in just a little bit. But hopefully you guys had a pretty good weekend. I'm glad I'm seeing that. I'm seeing it looks good. It seems stable. Thank you. Thank you. I think I got the bugs out of the system this morning. So again, we had a little bit of a hiccup or two this morning, but we are live now and we're looking good. You may or may not want to, but yeah, please subscribe to my show. Usually it goes off without a hitch. So if you're new, I apologize for that. But, you know, things happen. It's just the world of being live, you know. I mean, I could go to a pre-recorded show and make sure everything's perfect. But you know what? I like conversing with you. I like the interactivity we have. So thanks for hanging in there. Also, just want to say that quick reminder in terms of an event. I'm also the admin and creator of the local group here in Puerto Vallarta, Gen Expats PV, with the 6,000 and change members. And tomorrow we're going to have a happy hour. So if you've never come out, it's tomorrow from 4 to 7 at the new location of Whiskey Kitchen downtown at the Joint Hotel. So hopefully you get a chance to come by and check that out tomorrow, 4 to 7. I probably won't be there till 5. This 4 is a little bit early for us, but we will be there, and I hope to see you all there as well. Okay, with that, let's jump into a little bit of local news. But first of all, you know what I need a coffee cam for mostly this morning? Coffee cam cheers for yes, we are finally live this morning after multiple tries. So let's do it. Let's clink those cups and do it again. All right. First up in the news. First up is our live look. You know, I got a little thrown off this morning, but here's a live look at Puerto Vallarta. Another beautiful day here as usual. No cruise ships in the port, as you can see. Lots of vessels out there ready to go fishing and enjoy the day and catching that marlin. All right, moving on into the news. First up, the Marina Vallarta. As a matter of fact, you're seeing a photo of Marina Vallarta, but the Navy confirmed over 200 kilos of illegal seafood has been intercepted over the weekend. So, hey, federal authorities are continuing their high-pressure sweep of local fishing industry, with the Secretariat of the Navy confirming a seizure of over 228 kilos of illegal seafood in Marina Vallarta this past Sunday. The product was intercepted during a routine surveillance operation after the parties involved were unable to produce the mandatory paperwork proving a legal point of origin. This mid-size burst is a clear signal that the Navy is maintaining a constant pressure and presence in our waters to dismantle poaching networks and enforce strict federal compliance. I think that's great. So this follows on the heels of an action in the marina that we just had over in Villa Las Flores last Friday, where officials grabbed 22 tons of seafood for familiar documentation issues. So I don't know. I mean, for our international viewers that are most of the consumers of this show, this just underscores an aggressive shift towards traceable seafood in the local market. Probably better for us in the restaurants. So from the docks to the dinner table, we're just not going to tolerate illegal seafood. All right, so moving on to the next story today. Government city project has been announced for San Pancho to set to centralize services. So how many of y'all love San Pancho? That's a rendered image that I found on the internet. I find San Pancho extremely charming. I find it like, it's like Sayulita a few years ago. That's always how I describe it, but they're kind of moving more towards the modern age. I'm not sure what you think about this. I'd love to see your comments on it. But if this comes true, the government of Bahia de Banderas will unveil the new Ciudad Gobernero city project in San Pancho, which is aimed at bringing essential administrative services closer to the coastal communities. So their mayor, Hector Santana, confirmed that the initiative will decentralize key departments, including civil protection, public safety, and the civil registry. So this move is designed to alleviate the logical burdens on residents who currently have to travel to Valle de Banderas for basic paperwork and official procedures. In addition to streamlining those municipal services, the project is set to include a new auditorium to bolster the local cultural scene, further pushing San Francisco, aka San Pancho, it's the same name, didn't know if you knew that, as a cultural hub. Now, construction is expected to progress throughout the remainder of 2026. And for my international community and business owners, I mean, this represents a big significant upgrade in accessibility within San Pancho to reduce wait times and travel distance from all your permitting, emergency services. So it is actually, so Chris, good question. So San Pancho is San Francisco. It's the same name. So it's two names, same town. That's a really good question. I don't know what I think about this. I think it's really good for the business owners and people that need to get things done there, but it is further pushing that San Pancho into the Sayulita territory of being a bit more developed per se. But because I actually enjoy the charm, of San Pancho, and I like that it's kind of in the history a little bit, but I can also see where if you live there and you do a lot of the services, you need to get a lot of things done, you could massively be, in favor of this. I get that completely. So with that, I don't know. Here's a cheers for if you're in favor of it. Here's a cheers for if you're not in favor of it. I would like to hear about it. I mean, do y'all like San Pancho? I really do. But let's cheers to that. Moving into the future. All right, heads up, y'all, especially if you're a little nervous about earthquakes here. I know a few of you are. The nationwide earthquake drill is coming to Jalisco. The state of Jalisco, including Puerto Vallarta and Bahia de Banderas regions, is preparing for the first national earthquake drill of 2026. Civil protection authorities have announced that the exercise will take place on Tuesday, April 21st. Okay, let's make sure we mark those calendars. That's tomorrow. So let's make sure we're on top of that. At 11 a.m. local time, the drill aims to test emergency response protocols and ensure that citizens, businesses, and government agencies are prepared for a high magnitude seismic event. Participation is expected from schools, hospitals, and public buildings across the state, with sirens and emergency alerts scheduled to go off precisely at the start time. Pop quiz, start time is when? 11 a.m. For our residents in here, this drill is just a reminder to review your personal safety plans. Make sure you know where your designated safe zones are within your homes and your neighborhoods. Local officials are emphasizing that while the alert is a simulation, it should be treated with local seriousness to identify potential bottlenecks and evacuation routes. And so if you're out and about during the 11 a.m. hour, you're going to hear the sirens, you're going to see group gatherings. But listen, because you watch this show, you're not going to panic. You know that it's okay and it's just a drill. All right, so heads up for that one tomorrow. Don't forget, if you're watching this show live for the first time, or maybe you're always here, but you want to make sure you know when it's on, boom, make sure you subscribe and line up to my channel. All you got to do is push that little bell down there. That's going to get you subscribed to the show, and you're never, ever going to miss an episode. Unless YouTube's messing up, and that's my fault. So, again, sorry for those, gosh, were y'all here for those 3 restarts? I'm really apologizing for that. I feel bad about it. This show needs to be consistent. So, we'll get this thing ironed out eventually. We'll be back to normal again tomorrow. I promise you. All right. Moving forward. So, okay, did you guys keep up on the whole Malecon art situation where some art got removed from the Malecon? Now, this is one, if you're on live right now, I'd love to hear your comment about this because I imagine this is kind of a polarizing story because a high profile art installation. I don't know what you want to call it, but it was intended to kick off Puerto Vallarta Art Week for 2026. And so a lot of art was moving to the Malecon. Chris Anderson of the Anderson Report first broke that story. But some of the art was abruptly dismantled on Thursday following a wave of public outrage. So the collection is intact. So I'm going to show the collection here. And so hopefully you're not easily offended. If you are, I apologize. But these are the pieces of art that were shown on the Malecon. I've actually seen these in a gallery here. This is not the first time I've seen this artist's work. I think he's fairly famous. But the collection was titled Contorsiones, like contortion. Contorsiones. There we go. By Mexico City sculptor Alvaro Fuentes, which features several bronze and polymer figures in highly suggestive poses that many local families and businesses owners deemed, quote unquote, these are not my words, grotesque for a public promenade. And yes, Chris, you did definitely send those to me first and broke this story. But yeah, they're under heavy critique for being sexual in nature and offensive. They used the word grotesque. That's a little strong, I think. The controversy really peaked less than 24 hours after the opening ceremony when reports surfaced of citizen groups organizing to manually cover the sculptures with sheets in protest. And I think they did go down there and cover them with sheets. Cultural Councilwoman Laurel Carrillo reported the issue and the order for the immediate removal of the three most controversial pieces. And those are the ones, of course, that I'm showing right here, because that's what we do. They were located at the stretch between the lighthouse and the seahorse statue. While Art Week organizers originally envisioned the public gallery as a way to transform the Malecon into an open-air museum, the rapid backlash has reignited the fierce local debate, and not just local, over the boundaries of public art. Now, while those pieces have been moved to storage, time to say what you think. What do you think about this? I mean, do you find these pieces vulgar? Do you find them, are they art? Should they be open to the public? Are they appropriate but only in a gallery? Should they not be out there in the public? Should they be on the Malecon and not on the Malecon? I mean, honestly, I would love to hear your opinions on this. I mean, oh, thank you. So Gallery de Artistes, that's where you can go see them. So they're going to get moved back there, and that's where I've seen them in the past. Thank you for reminding me of that, Chris. Anderson Report, man, he is on the spot. I love it. So I mean, I'd love to hear what you say. So if you're watching this live, please comment on what your opinion is regarding the art. If you're watching this on replay, I would love to see it in the comments as well. I read the comments 24/7, even if you're catching it on a replay, which probably a lot of you are today due to some technical issues. All right, so those are the pieces of art. I've scrolled them long enough. I don't know, vulgar, not vulgar. I'm not sure. I would love to hear from you. And again, don't forget to subscribe right down there in the bottom corner of the show. There we go. All right. Marathon update. Yeah. So talked a lot about the marathon. This last week, obviously, because it's a big deal. There's a lot of different, somewhat polarizing views of the marathon. Being someone who used to be a marathon runner, I'm fully in support of them. I think some people here were upset about the traffic and having to get around it. But first of all, for me, it's like these runners really spend like a year training for this. So I feel like give them some room and definitely call it out. So one name really stood out, and he was the winner of the overall marathon, 42K, which is 26.2 miles. Ruben Chavez Hernandez, congratulations on winning the Puerto Vallarta Marathon. Yay. I need a cheer thing. No, I don't have a cheer thing, but I got this for you. There you are, sir. Boom. Cheers to you, Ruben Chavez Hernandez. I'm winning the Puerto Vallarta Marathon. I love that. Okay, moving forward, I got a little bit of entertainment news, and thank you again to Chris Anderson and the Anderson Report, because he was down there at the Pata Salada Festival. I know a lot of you asked about it. A lot of you wanted to go. So I will show you a couple images he sent in. So thank you for sending these in, Chris. I appreciate it. We'll even give you the Anderson Report graphic right there. So Chris got out there. Oh, thank you. Also, so Jordan, there we go. Chris Jordan told, not vulgar in my opinion. People are so easily offended these days. How can we publicly do anything potential controversy? Be prepared for backlash. Well stated, sir. Do you agree with him? Do you agree with CJ Tolvo, or don't you agree with them? I mean, what do you think? We don't all have to be in agreement, but I love the opinion there. And yeah, it is true. People are easily offended, but I don't know. I'm gonna be neutral because I am the press. But good comment there. All right, back to the Anderson report. Pata salada. Chris got out there, obviously super hungry the entire time because the images I got are all of food, which I love. So the festival was this weekend. He said it was really fun. It featured a ton of local content, of talent, food and drinks, obviously food, from local youth ballet groups to fire dancing and DJs. He enjoyed every moment of it. He enjoyed it so much he only took pictures of the food, which I'm sure the food was amazing. I mean, it looks pretty darn good. Let's have a look at some of that. Is that a salchia? Is that like a sausage sandwich there? Steak? I can't really tell what that is. But it looks like everybody's having a great time. And from the reports I got, maybe make a note for next year. Not so busy during the day, but pretty busy come 4 or 5 o'clock. That's kind of what I was seeing over the weekend. A lot of people were reporting on that. Not sure if Chris felt the same way or what time he was there. But as was kind of the gist I was getting. But I heard overall it was a great festival. So if you made it out there, would definitely love to hear about it, even if you're watching this on replay. All right. That's the end of today's show. I'll be back live, working fully. The bugs will be out by tomorrow. Chris confirms it was slow during the day, but what I ask you is please, please, please hang in there for about 30 seconds to a minute to support my amazing sponsors, whose, with their support, I can fix the problems with the show that I had today for tomorrow. We'll get that worked out. We'll get the internet sped up a little bit. And, you know, absolutely. I think the heat not only took out the festival, but it might have taken out my system today too. All right. Thank you for joining Puerto Vallarta Real News. I loved having you here with me today. And for those that hung in, thank you so much. Now, please do support my amazing sponsors.